becoming rich and becoming wealthy is not really the main issue. There are other things that really determines whether those things will become a reality. Number one, believing you can is more important than becoming rich and wealthy, because a lot of people want to become rich, they want to become wealthy, but they don't even believe that they can. And if you don't believe that you can become rich, if you don't believe you can become wealthy, you have already limited yourself and limited your possibility, because wealth creation is an inside job. It begins from the inside. So one of the challenges is the fact that people don't even believe they can. Another challenge is people don't even know how to. They want to be rich, they want to be wealthy, but they don't even know how to become rich or how to become wealthy. And because of that ignorance of what to do, a lot of people are just grappling in the dark, just doing try and luck, and just doing all kinds of stuff and wondering why they are not producing results. Another reason, why people have dreams and desires to become rich and wealthy and it's not becoming a reality is because they are not ready to pay the price and take action. We have said it over and over again that the word poor is an acronym for passing over opportunities repeatedly. So there are a lot of people that know what to do, but they're not doing it. And 1,000 good intentions are not as powerful as one action. So it's very, very important for everyone to give attention to their intention and act upon what they know they should do in order to then begin to produce the results that they want to produce. Now, when it comes to riches or wealth, I'm just laying this foundation. Riches, becoming rich or riches is all about cash. So becoming rich is cash based. Becoming wealthy is asset based. Becoming rich is cash based. Becoming wealthy is asset based. So anyone that wants to become rich or become wealthy must understand the importance of doing what needs to be done in order for them to become what they need to become. And I believe very strongly that any serious minded individual or family that really wants to become rich or wealthy can become rich and wealthy if they do what needs to be done. And I believe that no matter how bad the situation is, there is no man, no woman, no family whose life and story cannot change in 5 years. There is no man, no woman, no family whose life and story cannot change in 5 years. And this is something that I have tested and proven with track record of hundreds, if not thousands of people that have become rich and some wealthy within a space of 5 years. And one of the things you need to know is that 5 years is a lifetime. 5 years is enough for you to be able to do anything meaningful that will begin to produce results in your life. That's why when you even look at many nations of the world, you find out that their tenure for leadership is mostly 4 to 5 years, because it is believed that within 4 to 5 years, you can do anything that you want to do. Even when you look at the scripture, you realize that the man that went to plant, the Bible gave a parable of how there was a planting, and after the planting, there was the need to go and review to check what was happening with what was planted. And the first year, the second year, the third year, the fourth year. So just to also help you see the importance of this 4-5 year plan. So I want to show you today the 5 year plan for wealth creation. I'm just going to show you how to move from year 1 to year 5 and the things that you need to do each year that will then help you to be able to navigate your way. So how do I become rich and wealthy? How do I go through this 5 year plan? Number one, year 1. If you make up your mind today to say, I want to change my life within the next 5 years, I want to change my story within the next 5 years, then year 1 is what I call the transformation year. Year 1 is what I call the transformation year. Now, the focus in year 1 is acquisition of knowledge. We have said it over and over again. If you know better, you will do better. If you are not informed, you will be deformed. If you are not inspired, you will expire. Those who know rule over those who do not know. So number 1 is transformation. That's the first year. It's the year of transformation. And your transformation comes through knowledge. So what you need to do is that for the first 1 year, you need to just continue to study and learn everything you can study and learn about money. Because when it comes to the subject of wealth, you have to become it to attract it. You have to become rich to attract riches. You have to become wealthy to attract wealth. So you have to become it to attract it. So the first thing that needs to be done is for the first 1 year, don't try to say you want to be starting anything. Just focus on the year of transformation. I want to become it. I want to know it. Because many times we go to school, we spend 4 years in school. You have gone to school, you have spent 4 years, but you are still poor. That tells you that something is wrong somewhere. So it's because many times we don't know what we're supposed to know. So number one is the year of transformation. So what do you do in the year of transformation? Your focus should be on learning. Your focus should be on becoming. Your focus should be on knowing all that you need to know. So you focus on reading books, attending seminars, going for events, go online, go to YouTube, learn all that you can learn, make personal development a lifetime project, and just continue to learn. I've said it over and over again that if you want to become successful in any area of life, you need to read the number of books commensurate to your age in that area. So for instance, if you want to become successful in your relationship and you are 29 years old, you need to read 29 books on relationship. If you want to become successful in the area of finance and you are 32 years old, you need to read 32 books on finance. What this does is that it makes you. So it is knowledge that makes you. So many times people ask me, you say we should become it to attract it. How do I become it? There are 5 things that will help you to become it, but let me share 3 with you. Number 1, you become it through knowledge. You become it through knowledge. When you go to school, you enter school, you gain admission. When you gain admission, you are not a lawyer, you are not a doctor. But because you give attention to a body of knowledge over a period of time, after 4 years, after 5 years, you become a lawyer, you become a doctor. So you find out that the reason why you became a lawyer or became a doctor or became an engineer or became a pharmacist is because you gave attention to a body of knowledge on that area for a number of years. So if you want to become rich, you want to become wealthy, you do the same. You give attention to financial information. You give attention to financial education. You understand what is wealth creation. What are the laws of wealth creation? How do I save? What is an asset? What is investment? What's multiple streams of income? What is cash flow? What you just study everything you can study so that you can become financially intelligent, you become financially literate, so that you understand everything that you need to understand about money. Number 2, how do you become it? You become it through losses. You become it through losses. And this is one thing that many people don't understand. And that's why we say that in the world of wealth creation, we don't lose money, we pay school fees. When you're in primary school, you pay school fees. When you're in secondary school, you pay school fees. When you're in university, you pay school fees. Who now told you that after you graduate, you will stop paying? You keep paying now. So when you're in primary school, you pay school fees. Secondary school, you pay school fees. University, you pay school fees. Now that you have graduated, you have to pay the school fees of life. So many people don't know that losses is part of the making. You lost 198,000 in the stock market in 2008 and you want to commit suicide. What will now happen to you now? So you lost 3 million in that forex thing that you did, and you say, I will never do forex again. What will now happen to you? So you find out that many of us have lost money and we lost hope, and that's why we are poor. When you lose money, don't lose hope. When you lose money, don't lose your dream. When you lose money, don't lose your passion. When you lose money, don't lose your drive. If you lose 3 million, rise up and invest another 10 million and go again. So have you not realized that almost all the billionaires that you know have lost money? They've lost money. That's why they are rich. You become it through losses. You become it through losses. So every time you invest and you lose money, don't worry, it's school fees. That means you are graduating the school of life. It means that you are beginning to learn. Let me tell you something. Are you ready for this? Any level of life you want to enter into, you must lose at that level. If you want to become a thousandaire, you must lose in thousands. You want to be a millionaire, you must lose in millions. Are you ready? You want to be a billionaire, you must lose in billions. I'm telling you, sit down with Dangote, sit down with Otedola, sit down with Lumelu, sit down with all the rich people you know. They will tell you they have lost in billions. That is why they are billionaires. When I entered into a crisis that set me back billions, And I realized that I was like, God, why? God, why? He said, I should be, you want to be a billionaire. You can't be a billionaire without entering this realm. You have to go through the depth of billions so that you can settle down and say you are a billionaire, not by mouth. I say, hey, to lose. What I'm telling you, you won't see it in any book. Oh. This is a revelation of the making. These are exclusive curriculum. Number 3, you become it by sacrifice. You become it by sacrifice. I've seen a lot of people that don't understand the subject of giving. And because there are a lot of charlatans out there, there are a lot of noises and echoes out there, people don't understand. Listen to me. You can never, I repeat, you can never become rich and wealthy without sacrifice. It's not possible. Religion without sacrifice is a fraud. Anybody that wants to become rich and does not know how to give and sacrifice, you are joking. Whatever you cannot walk away from, you have not conquered. I'm telling you. That is why when I see people arguing about tithe, arguing about first fruit, I say, these are all poor people. They are not ready to go far in life. You know why? Because when you become rich, even your tax will be 40%. So if you are arguing about 10% tithe, how will you survive 40% taxation? Capital gains tax, 40%. So you need to understand that if you want to become it, you become it through knowledge, you become it through losses, and you become it through sacrifice. Year 1 is transformation. So you transform yourself through knowledge. Year 2 is year of implementation. So year 1 is transformation year. Year 2 is implementation year. You see, in year 1, as you begin to read and learn and study, you'll be tempted to start acting. Please don't. Because many times that's the problem. You are like somebody that went to school and then you went to first lecture and you thought you have become a graduate. You now want to go and do surgery when you are a year 1 medical student. How can you go and begin to do surgery? So when you are in that year 1, don't be in a rush to begin to go and be practicing things and begin to put money in different things. You see this one. Because when you are learning, you'll be burning with fire. Every opportunity, your eyes will be seeing opportunity, you'll be hearing opportunity. Before you know it, every small money that you have, you'll be pushing it into different things, and then you enter into what you're not supposed to enter into, and you become discouraged. So, number 2, year 2 is implementation. What do? You begin to act on all those things. So, by the time you go through year 1, you will have developed a financial plan, you will have developed a life plan, you will have developed a 10, 5, 10, 20, 30-year plan, you will have discovered yourself, you will have known your skill, you will have known your niche, you will have known your strength, you will have known a lot of things, and you will have documented them, and you will have developed the plan to execute. So year 2 is just planning, year 2 is just implementation. Because 1,000 good intentions are not as powerful as one action. And action is the missing link for many people. So by that year 2, you will have understood the importance of mentorship. You will have connected to a mentor or mentors that will be available to help your journey. Then at that point, you start with what you have. Because you already have the knowledge. By then, you will have become it. You have to become it to attract it. So by that second year, you have already become rich, even if your account has not changed. In 1997, I began my journey. 1998, for 8 months, I went on 8 months of transformation. Within those 8 months, I became. By the time I came out of that 8-month encounter, my bank balance has not changed, but I knew in my Noah, I knew beyond all reasonable and unreasonable doubt that my story has changed because I had become it. All I needed to do was to begin to attract it, and I started attracting it through the actions I started taking. And I'm still on the journey now. So number 2 is what? The second year of it. So you keep implementing. Year 3 is the acceleration year. By the time you get to year 3, your plan will now be to identify what has been working for you, identify what is your strength, what are the major income generation aspects that doesn't require too much effort on your part, what are the things you have tested and proven. Then you begin to accelerate. You begin to take this to the next level based on the experience you have gathered. You begin to maximize the opportunities that you have discovered that works for you. Now, by this 3rd year, you see, there is a principle called Pareto principle, which is the 80-20 principle. By this 3rd year, you will have realized that, okay, this particular area of my life brings more money, and I don't do a lot to get money in this area. You will have realized that this particular area of my life takes so much time and so much effort and does not bring a lot of money. So at that point, you now begin to accelerate by focusing on the things that does not require too much effort or time, but produces more money. So that is what happens in year 3. Now, please note this. The fact that you have moved to the next year does not mean you have stopped doing what you were doing in the first year. So by year 2, when you are implementing, you have not stopped learning, because the day you stop learning, you start dying. So you will keep learning. You are a learner for life, because the game is the same, but the rules keep changing. So you keep learning, you keep unlearning and relearning while you are implementing. By the time you get to acceleration, you don't stop learning and you don't stop implementing. You continue to accelerate by transforming yourself with more knowledge and then implementation on a higher level. Because now you know better, you can risk better, you can strategize better, and you can think better, and you probably have more resources to be able to take advantage of more opportunities. Then by year 4, you go into the automation year. Year 4 is the year of automation. By the time you get to that year 4, what you are doing in year 4 is you will have been able to establish a legal platform to operate, and then you begin to leverage technology. So for instance, now, if you start in year 1, you are learning. By year 2, you are implementing. By year 3, you are accelerating. You now realize that I probably need to start a company of my own, or I probably need to register a company, or I need to have a platform that can begin to do this thing with or without me. So that is when you get to automation. So you have a platform, you can have different companies doing different things, you can employ people to do different things for you, you can outsource different aspects of your life for people to do things for you, and then you can now add technology to whatever you are doing so that it can be automated. So that instead of you having to do everything by yourself, technology will help you. Look at this conference we're having online now. We do this conference, we've done it physically for years, and now we have done it online also for years, because we are leveraging technology, and we are still able to reach out to a lot of people, and we are still able to make a difference. Why? Because it has now become an automated. So by this 4th year, you are developing systems and structures that can help you do things with or without your physical involvement. The word system is SYSTEM. Save yourself time, energy, and money. Don't forget, every year you move to the next level, but you don't stop what you are doing. So year 1, you are learning for transformation. Year 2, you are implementing for results, but you are still learning. Year 3, you are accelerating, but you are still implementing and you are still learning. Year 4, you are automating, but you are still accelerating, you are still implementing, and you are still learning. Then year 5 is go global. By the 5th year, you will have understood globalization. You will have understood how to be local. You are local, yet you are playing globally. So in that year 5, what you are doing in year 5 is that you are focused on what has been working. You are consistent on what has been working. You are becoming skillful. You are becoming an expert. You are becoming a brand. You are becoming, a niche. You are becoming unique. At that point, you now go global. Why? Because at that point, what you have done, you have tested, you have proven it, you have produced results. You can now go to other parts of the world to begin to operate the same thing that you have done on a local level. Because, like I've said to people over and over again, if all the money you are making is local, then you are not ready to play in the realm that we are talking about. So you need to operate in a realm where you are not just a local player, you are a global player. You are playing globally. Now, once you are playing on that global scale, you are now not making money only in your local currency. You are now making money in a global currency. Because a lot of people, because when we are talking about riches and wealth, we are not just talking naira or whatever country you are in. You have to come into a realm where any amount that they are calling in any currency, you are able to play in that realm. So you are not just playing in the realm of naira or your local currency. And that's why you need to go global, so that your investment is not only local, your income is not only local, your asset is not only local, your wealth is not only local, then you are a global player. So that is the 5-year plan for wealth. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. If you do this, within 5 years, you yourself will know that things have changed. It will just be to continue to play in that field and just stay faithful and stay focused. And then you'll find out that your life has changed.